Hey, it's Luke here, and I'm doing a review of this Exceed Designs Tirant Razor V3. I actually got this knife today, so it's kind of like a first impressions. But it has really impressed me. I mean, the build quality is fantastic. You can really tell that whoever designed this really knows quite a bit about quality pocket knives and really gave a shit when putting this together. I mean, every edge is chamfered here. I mean, the flipper tab, the lock bar. It's just a really well designed knife. And like even like the tolerances of it, like there's absolutely no blade play in this portion that holds the actual razor. And in this portion, there's a little bit of back and forth play. Side to side, there's basically none. I mean, it is just really well done. The D10 on it is great. It fires out every time, like consistently. I have noticed a couple times now. I'm assuming just because I just got it, but occasionally since it's so small, like have my thumb kind of over the blade where it'll fail to deploy. But I mean, if I make sure I keep my fingers out of the way, I mean, I'll just kind of failed there. But that was because I was trying to make it. Like if you're actually trying to deploy this, it's not gonna fail on you. It also comes with a whole set of hardware, like extra set of hardware, like all these screws here. It comes with a little torque wrench for everything. The pivot is captive, which I mean, there's a lot more expensive knives that have not figured that out yet. Like everything you can tell is just really well thought out here. I mean, the pocket clip is great. Deep carry, works well. It even has internal milling in it. You can see it there. Super light. It weighs 2.4 ounces, the titanium version. You can get a carbon fiber version, which is a little bit lighter. I want to say it's like 2 ounces, something like that. You can also get different show scales for it. I think they're like $30 to $50 depending on what you want to get. Just to make it, a little more visually interesting. Personally, I don't think I'm going to get any of those anytime soon, most likely, just because the stonewash is really nice on this. I just think it looks really clean. A lot of straight lines. I mean, like even the fitting in there, like that is just so close, but it doesn't touch. Like, I mean, the blade centering is not centered, but that's kind of how it has to be for this type of design, which, is perfectly fine for this kind of knife. It's definitely a super fidgety knife too. Like at work today, I was just flicking this all day. It's just a really nice piece here. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but it is running on bearings, and you could tell by the action. I mean, it is just super nice. For some size comparisons here, got a Benchmade 940, Spyderco Paramilitary 2, and Benchmade Griptilian. So it's definitely pretty small. I mean, a lot smaller knife than I'm used to carrying for sure. I generally like bigger and heavier knives for the most part. I decided to pick this up because, utility knives are just they cut for sure. I mean, I was cutting some heavy rubber at work, and I forget what I had. It might have been this. I think it was the ZT 562 here, and it was having a little bit of trouble. It was like really thick rubber. I'm thinking just because it's wide. But it was having a little bit of trouble, so I borrowed one of my coworkers' box cutters, and it, you know, made the task way easier. So I decided to start looking for, a nicely designed box cutter, and I honestly did not find too many options out there. I did stumble upon this guy and decided to pick one up. I did not find many YouTube reviews of it at all, so that's what kind of why I decided to make one myself. I don't remember if I mentioned it or not, but there is no blade play here. I feel like I did mention it, but yeah, it's great. It's actually kind of a little bit of a funny story. One of the reasons too why I picked this guy up was because I was just getting really kind of stagnant with the knives I was carrying, because I didn't want to mess any of them up. So I just carry the same 2 or 3 knives out of my collection, and so I got this and decided it'd be a good time to bring out something a little fancier. And I was letting one of my coworkers check both of them out, and the first time I ever took this knife to work, he ends up dropping this knife after holding it for 5 seconds. You can see on the blade there, it got all messed up. I think it's kind of funny that it happened like that, but that's the way it goes. I still honestly do plan on carrying another knife with me, just kind of because I'm a knife guy, collector. So this is probably gonna be for the stuff that I don't want to use my knives for, something I could really beat on this blade and not worry about it. Which, in my opinion, is obviously one of the biggest advantages of a box cutter in general. I think that's mainly it. I mean, like I said, it's definitely a very fidgety knife, and when I got this, I was expecting really a tool that was kind of fancy but underdone. I just thought it'd be, I don't know, just kind of a run-of-the-mill thing. But once I got it out of the box, I really cannot believe the quality, and really, I know it's new, so this might wear off a little bit, but just pulling out of my pocket, I'm just oh, it makes me a little happy, pulling something nice out of the pocket, which is kind of why, I like collecting these type of things, nice pens and all that type of crap that I really don't need, but yeah, it does give me, a little bit of joy pulling it out of the pocket, which is nice. So if you are thinking about picking one of these up, I would highly recommend it. I mean, I think it is well worth the price. It does seem like these are kind of smaller batch production. They are made in China, but I believe parts of it are made in the US. If you get one of the milled scales, I believe those are milled in the USA. But even still, I know I ordered this in, I believe, the beginning of March, and originally I wasn't supposed to get it until the middle of April. Now, obviously, it did come early. Now it's the middle of March. I keep messing up, flicking it, of course, on camera. It does deploy really well. The D10 is solid for sure. But so it does seem like there might be some supply issues, minor supply issues, which that, isn't awesome, but still, these are absolutely really well done. But Oh, yeah, it actually does. It comes with a spare lock bar insert too, which I think that's just really cool. Like, they give you everything you need to keep and maintain it. You know, it's just you could tell they really do. They really do care about what they're putting in the box, which is awesome. And a lot of other companies, it doesn't feel that way a lot of the time, but with this, it really, really does. But that's about all I have to say about it. Definitely, if you're thinking about it, I would say pick it up. I do not think you're going to be disappointed. And thanks for watching.